Are you a beginner knitter or just want to learn how to knit? Let's start together. I've been knitting since I was 18, maybe even earlier actually. I would think that my first sweater that I made when I was 17, I think. And that was all with help from my mom, who was the one who taught me the basics. But after that, I don't know, it wasn't just cool, so I was hiding it. But every time I had not an easy times in my life, I tend to always gravitate to crafts. One of them is this one. Okay, everyone. So as I promised, I will start from the very, very beginning. This first lesson is for you who's never done it before. So, how to start a knitting. Make sure that your hands are not stiff. As you go along and do more of the knitting, your hands will get way more looser. Maybe that would be one of the things that we will work together as well. How to start a first row and cast. So I always put my yarn just like that. 1, 2 times. You see that? Then I take the yarn and make a loop, just like that. Put the needle in and make a first loop. See that? Just like that. And with my other fingers, I'm going to make this one tight. Now that's the start. Now I'm going to take another needle, second needle. I'm going to turn around like that. Hope I have enough room here. And what we're going to do, you are trying to put your needle through here and make it through. See, I am experienced knitter. I think I'm experienced knitter. And even I have a hard time with the first one. So sometimes I help myself with my other fingers. So this is what we need to do. And as you go, you need to put that on your needle, keeping your needle that you're working with still on. You see that? And then you do the same motion. And on. Move it if you need to. 1. See, I'm helping myself with the finger over here to hold it a little bit. Push through and on. All right, I'll show you how I'm holding the needles, both of them. Hope it's not going to be too complicated for you. It does look complicated, but trust me, if you're going to try it as many times as I did, it will come to you as a second nature. All right, I'm going to give you a look. See, this is how it looks. There you go. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do 20. Put the needle through. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There you go. Now we have 20 stitches casted. Now when you start with knitting, I know that you probably are excited and you would like to start right away with a small project. I would recommend literally just work on a little row like that until you're satisfied with the way how it looks and the way how you work. So now we are gonna do first row, and it's going to be in knit. The second row will be in purl. So we're gonna grab the needle that we're working with. We're gonna put it through from this side, and we're gonna do same motion like we were doing when we were casting. You see? Now the difference is that we're gonna let this go, slip. We're gonna slip that. See that? And we're going to continue doing that until the end. This is how you knit. And this is the basic of the motion that one day when you're going to be knitting a scarf for yourself or a sweater, you're going to be such a pro at it, and you're going to get so fast at it that it will put you in a space of happiness. Trust me. Sometimes, oh, look at that. I am missing one little thread over here, so I'm just going to undo it and do it again. Because if I wouldn't do it, it would bug me. I would see it every row. Every time I would look at the row, I would see it. All right, now we're at the last stitch. There are several options how to do last and first stitch. I always knit the last stitch. And now we have a first row. See, it always extends. At least half of it. I think it was like that, right? Now this is 20 stitches. Now it's extended. Now we're gonna turn it around and we're gonna purl. And purl, it looks a little bit, you see, like on this side, it looks a little bit different than on the other side. Now how we're going to start the first stitch that we're going to do, we're going to slip the stitch instead of knitting on this stitch. So you're going to put your yarn up front like that, and you're going to put your needle over here and slide it through. This way, I'll show you later on, it will we will create a nice chain stitch on the side. And now the way how we purl. Purl, you always have to have your yarn up front, which is different from the knit. So yarn up front, see, it's up front over here, sitting right on this needle. And we're going to take our needle and then we're going to put it from the back, just like that. And now you have to make a motion to put the yarn through the loop from the back, just like that. The first two are very important of the row. Sometimes it gets very loose. So what you need to do is just pull a little bit for the yarn so it's a little bit tighter over here, and then you continue yarn to the front and pull through. This is how we purl. Yarn to the front front, pull through, yarn to the front, and pull through. This could get tricky. It also tends, even experienced knitters, they say that when they purl, their work get a little bit looser as when they knit, and that's nothing. Cause I think it's a lot of knitters, including me, who have the purl side always a little bit looser. So you try to tight pull for the thread, so you don't have a lot of gaps. There's just a little gaps that we have over here. There we go. Now we are approaching the last one, and we're gonna purl the last one. There we go. We're gonna get back on the knitting part. Pull that a little bit. Okay, the first stitch, remember, we don't knit, we just slip it. This time we're gonna slip it with your yarn behind, just like that. See? Now, there's one thing that I've learned after many years. My mom tend to knit a slightly different way. She is the one who actually taught me all of the basics. She tends to sometimes, or some people tend to spread uh, the stitch like that, which is fine. I used to do that too. When you spread it like that, you have a bigger opening and it's easier to make the stitch. So you can do that, but then you have to all the time pull for this yarn to make it tighter. So what I've learned recently is that if you make the motion by not stretching like that, but make the motion that you literally just stretch the least amount, then the stitch is nicer. It's not as wide and you don't have the gaps. So this is something that I've learned after so many years. So more doing it this way than this way. Boom. And boom. No, I don't think that I would do that, even though it would look good, but I think I would prefer doing it this way. It is always up to you. I encourage you, when you're listening and watching these videos, this is just it's giving you the basics, but at the end of the day, make sure that you are gonna also put some of your, let's say, thoughts into this work. Whatever works for you. Maybe you don't want to have a yarn around your finger twice like I have. Maybe you like to knit with yarn only, having, I don't know, only once and closer. There's a lot of knitters that they have the fingers and the yarn closer to the work. It is absolutely up to you. Also, how you hold the needles. Sometimes when I have a long needles like that, I tend to hold them with my full hand. When I have a circular needles where the needles are shorter and there is not a lot of support, I tend to just hold my knitting work with 2 or 3 fingers. It is really up to you. Make sure that you're relaxed and that your hands are loose. Sometimes I could even tell, like when I am, let's say, under a lot of stress. I mean, we all have a stressful days, or it's just like the day is not my day, or
you can actually see it on the knitting, on especially when you knit a bigger part. Let's say a long scarf, you could tell which day was a bad day. When you're a beginner knitter, you can tell which day was the bad day. Trust me, just the stitches are not even, but it will come. It will come with a work and a repetition, and one day you will just say, "Oh my goodness, what a nice piece of work I've done," and you'll be so proud of yourself. So this is how we knit. The knit stitch, and we're gonna do the purl one more time. And after that, we're gonna have a look at our work. I think I did it wrong. Let me see. Yes, I did it wrong. There we go. My idea is to teach people how to knit, to teach as many people as I can on YouTube how to knit. So this craft continues, you know. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time here on Cecilia. Until then, stay creative, stitch by stitch, and enjoy the quiet in you.